What up, y'all? It's your boy coming right back at y'all with another shorty. Yo, I know it's been a while since I dropped a video like this. Um, I usually only do these videos if something spark a memory about something that happened in the past. So I was watching one of my one of my YouTube friends. He did a video and he was talking about how when he was in jail he had got into a it really wasn't him getting into a beef, but it was one of his partners got into a beef on the basketball court, and he was trying to break it up, and dudes was in the background trying to hype it up because they just wanted to see a fight. So they trying to hype everything up. Well, and he was talking about how it got under his skin that the people that's watching the fight, they don't really want to fight. They just want to see a fight. And it reminded me of a situation that happened with me back when I was in 9th grade, my first year at Milford, in my gym class. So what happened was, and I'm not going to use no names, but it was in gym class. And we was playing football. We was outside playing football. This is back when we was still at Subbrook Middle. My 9th grade year at Milford. We was at Subbrook Middle School. Like I said before in previous videos, that was the last year of the renovation of the Milford building that we have now. So we outside playing football in gym class. And there was a dude that was on my team. He was the quarterback. And this particular dude, I had been watching him. I had just met him in 9th grade. I never went to middle school, elementary school, nothing with him. But he used to be bullying people. I mean, I've seen him bully students. I've seen him ball up the teachers. I mean, it seemed like everybody was just scared of this dude. And me and him never had any altercations. I never talked to him, anything like that, leading up to this situation here. So we was on the same football team. He's the quarterback. And so what happened was he had threw me a pass. And I dropped it. So once that happened, it was like everybody out there, everybody got scared because I guess they assumed that something's going to happen because I dropped this pass. So I remember he had came up to me and people stopped talking, everything. Everybody's watching him coming to me. And he was like, I'm going to throw you another pass. And if you drop another pass, I'm going to do X, Y, Z to you. So when he said that, I'm like, okay. And in my mind, I'm like, I know he ain't, all this stuff he doing to everybody else in here, if he think he going to get away with that with me, he out of his mind. So the very next play, he throws a pass. And I mean the ball, it was right there. He couldn't have handed the ball to me no better. I deliberately didn't even attempt to catch that pass because I don't care what you tell me, you're gonna have to prove it to me. Okay? So I just wanted to see if he really thought that he was gonna do something to me. So I didn't even attempt to catch the ball. So once that was over, he came over to me, and I'm just standing there looking at him. He came up there to me, and he slammed me. I didn't even attempt to do nothing to him. He just slammed me. I couldn't believe he actually did that. He slammed me on the ground. When he did that, boy, I jumped up so fast, started going after him. It was like 7, 8 dudes that had grabbed me to keep me from getting to him. He was just in the back talking. He was talking his trash, but at the same time, I could see in his eyes that he wasn't used to somebody coming back at him. He was used to just doing stuff and people just being scared of him or whatever. But I was trying to get at him, and dudes held me back. Niggas dragged me off to the locker room, took me back up in there. So they threw me in the locker room and left me in there the rest of the class period. So once they all came back into the locker room, I'm in the locker room, I'm getting dressed. right? And there's no, of course, like I said, the locker room at that school, there's no teachers back there. So anything to go in that locker room basically is going to stay in that locker room. So I'm getting dressed. Where his locker was like two stalls ahead of mine. So it was like my stall, then there was like another stall with other students in it. Then there was like the stall that was at the end, and that's where his locker was at. So I'm in here getting dressed. So he comes up to my stall to me. So when he comes up to me, I swear to God, like the whole class came in there to over there where we was at. And so I'm thinking, man, him just about to fight right in the locker room, which is fine with me because I had to get some get back anyway. So what happened was, and this is the only time I ever seen this happen. I've never seen this happen before. He came up to me. It's like 30 dudes. These not his boys. It's just everybody that's in the class. They all came around, and he actually apologized to me for slamming me. And that, he was like, you could have caught that pass, and then, that's my bad, whatever. He apologized to me. I've never had a dude in my life apologize to me for assaulting me, right? And so, and it blew my mind. I never had that happen before. I didn't even know how to react. So, because I'm used to that contact. I'm just prepared to fight, not prepared for somebody, especially of his stature, because he was clearly not just respected up at this school, but it was clear to me in this locker room that he's feared in this school. So I didn't know. He must be clicked up in a gang or something up here or whatever. But it's clear to me that like everybody in here is scared of him. And he apologized to me. But what I remember most about that was when he first came up there, people assumed me and him was about to fight. And I remember a dude in that class. And I remember him saying, I never forget. He was like, yeah, I can't wait. I love when I see such and such in action. I'm not going to say his name. He was like, I love when I see such and such in action. Like he was on his fan club or something. And so it made me really want to get at him because it's like, if he had done this to you, you've been crying, you just want to see somebody fight, but you ain't going to fight him. Because if he'd have punked you, you would have been laughing it off. No, that ain't the way this goes. And if you wasn't going to fight me either. He lucky I didn't get at him. But the whole thing got squashed between me and the dude. You know what I'm saying? That was it. And me and him never had an issue going forward after that. Me and him had classes, years after that. And then me and him had, we was always cool after that situation. I think I might have been one of the only people that may have ever stood up to him. I don't know what he'd been doing up in there because he was a year ahead of me. I was in 9th, he was in 10th grade, so it was clear to me he must have put some work in up here or something to have this type of clout, in this class. It just appeared to me that everybody was afraid of him and I wasn't. And so I think it blew my mind, but I know it blew their mind. He actually apologized to me. I think they fully expected him to come over there, and I think they wanted to see him beat me up in that locker room. But instead, he came over and apologized to me. We shook hands, and that was it. And me and him never had no more problems ever. But that one dude, that said that, he's like, yeah, I can't wait to see such and such in action. Like just watching a TV show to him. Like I guess he's seen this dude beat up people before. I've seen him mangle people up in that locker room. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, that would never be me. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he slammed me in front of all these people, that I just let him do that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't swing on him or nothing. I couldn't believe he would actually do that. To me, in my mind, even though I'm watching him do these type of things to everybody else, in my mind, I know he ain't gonna try to do that to me. But he did it. But it just irritated me when that dude said that. And I think when he said that, it took my focus off of the dude I was in that situation with, and my mind was on him. because like you want to see this, you want to see this dude beat me up. You want to see that for some reason, but you can't beat me up, and I'm not going to just let him beat me up. You know what I'm saying? So that, just thinking about it now, and it's all these years later. We talked about when I was in ninth grade, and here I am, almost 50. But just watching that video on YouTube, it made me think about that time when dude, it's like, and basically everybody was gathered around. I'm talking about like 30 dudes that had all gathered around. So if he and I had a fought, it was nowhere to go. Me and him just gonna fight, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I said, the teachers ain't in there, so anything could have happened in that locker room. And I guarantee you, I don't plan on losing no fight. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do, especially like all these people around me. I don't know if any of these people in here his boys. I don't know nothing. What I do know is that he ain't gonna just beat me half to death in this locker room. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm paranoid. I don't trust none of y'all. So I'm gonna do whatever I got to do to come up at that locker room. And if that means both of us got to go to the hospital today, that's what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But I never forget that dude. And I think it's because if he wasn't there, my mind would have been focused on the dude at hand. And then me and him, I don't know how I would have reacted to him, even apologizing to me. I might have just took off on him. You know what I'm saying? But I had got sidetracked with that dude, and maybe it was God that put him there, because he took my mind off of this dude and had my mind on him, because I felt like he wanted to see me get beat up. And I think everybody in there wanted to see me get beat up, but he actually verbalized it, because I can't wait to see such and such in action. I never forget he said that. But it just, like I said, that video just triggered that memory. Ninth grade, and this is early in the school year. This is like maybe a month or two into the school year when this happened. So I'm fresh out of middle school. I don't really know too many people outside of the Woodmore area. I know all the people up here from Woodmore. Didn't know a lot about the other people up here, and he was one of those dudes I didn't know anything about him. I just knew what I had seen so far in a month or two of the school year, of him just mangling people up in this locker room, doing all kind of stuff that I'm not accustomed to students doing to not just other students, but he was mangling up our gym teacher. he mangling up a grown man, wrestling him, and then, I couldn't believe the stuff he was doing. But like I said, in my mind, he wasn't going to do this stuff to me. You know what I'm saying? It just, when he slammed me out there in that football field, I just snapped. When that happened, I was ready to just do whatever, and they had to drag me off into the locker room, and it could have went down, could have went a whole different way, but I'm glad it went the way it did. But yeah, that's when I get that off my that video just triggered a memory. So when I get triggered with my memory, I just turn the phone on and start recording. And, and like I say, I go back, I'll be watching these videos of myself, I'll be tripping off my own videos, because a lot of these things I don't forgot, but things will happen, they'll just trigger my memory, and it's like it just come back photographically, like I remember every detail of the whole situation. But that's all I wanted to drop on y'all today. Just this quick memory of a time I was in high school. I got slammed on the football field by a dude because I deliberately did not attempt to catch a pass. And then what could have been a real nasty situation in that locker room didn't. I've never had a dude apologize to me for a physical altercation like that. I've never had that happen. Was not expecting that it happened, but it was thanks to that dude who wanted to, and he verbalized wanting to see my demise for whatever reason. And I never got at him for that. Why, I don't know. I was like, everything's fresh. I'm a freshman. Everything's brand new. I'm just learning certain people. But I never did get after that dude for that. And I remember exactly who he was. I know him by name. But I never got at him for that. But I know I never liked him. I never rolled with him like that no more. I was kind of cool with him because a couple of my homeboys was cool with him, but he showed his true colors to me that day, and I know I can never trust that dude. You know what I'm saying? So, again, that's it. I just wanted to get it off my head, put it out there to y'all. Just some content I ain't recorded in a while, so I'll holler at y'all later. All right, bye.